Oh, the presidential candidates came out swinging at the town hall-style debate last night. Both as President Obama and Governor Romney detailed their job creation plans and took swings at each other's policies on health care, energy, taxes, and repairing the economy. Who came out tops? Lou Dobbs is here with his take.
Can't wait to hear your take.
Well, I thought it was just a splendid civil affair that showed a control of passion and emotion on the part of both of these men, exemplary to the entire country. I've got to say, I loved that debate. I don't want to hear all the prissy, oh, they were too vocal, they got too agitated, they were too aggressive. I don't think we want a president doing a great big impression of Jimmy Carter. Neither of those men did. Those two men acted the way I think they should. Frustrated with one another. They're in the tightest presidential race in recent memory. It was great to watch them go after each other. They made mistakes. That's what happens in any contest. They turned against their base in one instance. They went after their base to bring them back. They tried to go after independents and women, and people say, oh, well, they just pushed away women voters because they were so aggressive. Well, you know what? Tough. Those are the guys doing their thing. That's who they are, and I love the fact that they were revealed. It was wonderful.
I thought parts of it were frustrating, though, because I felt like they weren't able to finish the argument.
Oh, good Lord. I mean, when you think about the arguments, they're rather simple arguments. I mean, let's go down the line.
Well,
we've got a $16 trillion debt. We've got an idiot Congress and a suspect White House that agreed to this ridiculous sequestration that will result in dramatic, draconian cuts, automatic cuts to the federal budget. What bundle of idiots would ever agree to such a thing? That's what we're contending with here.
That should have been the question. I mean, I would have loved that question. What bundle of idiots?
You should have gone out and found another undecided, uncommitted voter somewhere out there in Long Island to put in front of a camera who couldn't read a question. And by the way, the format will never be used again, I guarantee you.
I thought the format was awful.
It was stupid. Yeah, the whole format, it was a pretense. It was a sham. The questions were screened by CNN and Candy. I mean, it was just horrible.
Speaking of Candy, a lot of criticism, and I believe warranted today. I mean, she skewed toward Obama, and that whole ordeal with Libya.
You know, we don't.
Skewed.
That skew word sounds kind of subtle and nuanced. There is nothing very subtle about the president is right when he's dead wrong. Right. The president of the United States egged her on in that moment, if you paid attention.
That was an uncomfortable moment.
He pushed her to misrepresent the reality that he had already misrepresented. And that is the fact that in some way he was intimating that the Benghazi attack was a terrorist attack the day after. It is utterly a falsehood. And people need to understand what that man was doing in that moment. It was to me, shameless, utterly shameless.
You know, it begs the question what the proper role of a debate moderator should be, because so far nobody's come out with flying colors.
Well, oddly enough,
I think Lou could do it. Lou could get out there and control them.
I make no pretense of being objective,
I mean, it really
neutral. I'm objective,
cops.
but I'm not neutral in this thing. I want new leadership and a new direction for the country, and let me be very clear. And I know when I'm on television, I'm supposed to be very cool and reserved. I'm not.
No one likes that anymore.
I got to be honest with you. This debate laid it out for everybody. If the voting public is dumb enough to make a bad decision here, it will not be because they lacked information. It's all on them because it's laying out there for everybody to see.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it for sure. Thank you, sir.
Great to be with you.
Okay, check out Lou with Melissa and me every day at this time, and then of course at 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern. You can catch Illinois State Senate candidate Barbara Bellar to discuss last night's debate. Will she be as fired up as you?
Oh, she gets fired up. She's quite a woman. I mean, an Army major, a lawyer, a physician. She does immense charity work. The woman has time for her marriage as well as, and she still does a lot of the Lord's work. So she's a busy person.
Amazing.